Recording. Check. Hey. Whoa. Fuck. Good omen. Are we playing shorter term there?
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 54 of the Tiny Disc Podcast, a show about games and life and pneumonia. I'm Robert Scarpanito, and I have a really bad throat. I'm going to cough a lot. And I'm joined here by the not sick Jack Cepeda.
This 54th episode brought to you and sponsored by Centrum Silver for those silver years, motherfuckers. What's up?
We are not sponsored by Centrum Silver. And our vitamin boy, Collin Sparling.
Hey, actually, I did take my multivitamin this morning. Thank you for reminding me.
Oh, I still need to take mine.
But how are you doing, y'all?
Do you ever
love y'all.
do the fucking the gummy vitamins?
I was about to pop some right now.
Gummy vitamins though. Like, I don't think that, like, I love how they had to come out with a marketing campaign that was like adult gummy vitamins because adults are just like, no, fuck that kiddie bullshit.
Yeah,
like, we're
I'm a
gonna
fan.
give you fucking, like, everyone wants to eat fucking gummy candies that are healthy for you.
And they're like heavily sugared too, and I'm just like, there's no way this is healthy.
Yeah, you could easily sit there and like accidentally eat like 10.
Yeah, and then next thing you know, your body gets an overwhelming amount of vitamins. You have to go to
That's
the
when you just
hospital,
start
get your stomach
pooping.
pumped.
You die.
Yeah, you start pooping yellow and shit. You're like, ooh.
Ugh. But anyways, back to the segue that Jack so rudely interrupted. No, it's all right.
Yellow poop.
So no, I'm just saying, man, I've been feeling pretty sentimental lately. I know last week I talked about getting rid of games and shit like that. And with the times of kind of getting ready to move out to the Pacific Northwest and looking back on, you know, the life that I've lived here in Columbus, Ohio for the past few years and looking forward, I've been kind of just like, you know, a lot of self-reflection type of thing. So I basically, and Robert we're kind of talking about this yesterday, like kind of like where we came from. And if we thought about our life going the way it goes, you can't really ever plan for that sort of thing. But I kind of wanted to talk about in retrospect, like before school, before college, before even maybe high school, where did you guys think your life was going? What were maybe some of your childhood dreams? Like, do you think you ever would be like a doctor, a fireman, work at a dildo factory? What?
Oh, that was it. That was it. I'm surprised you
Like
know
a
that
psychic.
so well.
Damn. Somebody's got to do it.
Go ahead, Rob. You go first.
So I've always wanted to work in a dildo factory. No. Like, when I was younger, I actually kind of like wanted to be a lawyer. The thought of like, you know,
Wow.
fighting the good fight. Like, I was naive, right? Fighting the good fight.
Fighting
And
the
like,
good fight. And then
you know,
you end up a defendant lawyer.
yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, even that idea of like, you know, oh, maybe you're not actually innocent, you're not actually guilty, so I'll prove you innocent. You're actually a good boy. Like, you know, just the idea of being like a defender for those that have been wronged. And then I realized, wait, actually, one, being a lawyer requires stupid amounts of money because you have to go through law school. And then two, even if you go through law school, you still pretty much have to be sleazy to do anything in that business.
Yeah.
Like-
Were you
like-
just playing a lot of Ace Attorney at the time? Be honest.
Oh, yeah, that's part of it
right.
too.
Objection.
100% a part of it. But, like, no offense to all you lawyers out there, but, like, it's just really hard from what I've seen and heard to be, like, straight and narrow as a lawyer. Like, 100%, like, Batman moral ethics kind of shit.
You hate lawyers until you need one.
Exactly.
Then you love lawyers.
But then, like,
Right.
that's part of the reason why I kind of lean toward journalism, because journalism is a similar idea of like, here's the truth. I pursue the truth and want people to know the truth without all the bullshit of like, you know, having to defend people and having to like, you know, just deal with a legal process that's really dumb.
The
So
virtuous mission.
Is that where it kind of like, so that's the kind of where the idea of going into journalism stemmed from, was the idea of just basically searching for the truth and just giving people the true facts?
Yeah, because like truth is so subjective. No one knows the real truth, right? Like,
No.
Like, I'm convinced there is no one agreed upon truth. There is just a truth that a lot of people agree upon.
The earth
Right.
is round.
No, it's flat.
Yeah. No, actually, quick segue here, and we've totally forgot to add it into the news. Speaking of like true facts, actually YouTube just announced that they're putting in a new algorithm or something like that to pick up on fake news and fake facts. They're actually going to have a fact-checking algorithm now.
Whoa.
For videos.
That's kind of scary if they
It
can
is, in
define
a
the
way,
truth.
but it's being backed by Encyclopedia Britannica and Wikipedia.
Wow, that's interesting.
I mean, I think shit like that's good though, because a lot of people want to lie on the internet just to prove their points. You know, it's like so common. It's so easy to do, which is why so many do it.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
is-
shit. It's so incredibly apparent in the industry that we love right now. You know, even on that minuscule of a scale, that specific subject matter. It's just like it affects everything.
Like,
Everything.
like one of my favorite stand-up bits, Craig Ferguson, he does a stand-up bit where he's like, did you know Reese Witherspoon is 6'1"? Nah, I'm
No
not.
way.
No, I'm not. No, it's not. But if someone tweets it and then retweets it, then maybe she is 6'1". You know, it gets thousands of retweets, millions of retweets, and then Reese Witherspoon's on her phone. It's like, what? I'm 6'1"? Maybe I am.
I mean, we studied that.
maybe,
Yeah,
yeah,
we studied that in communications, right? In college, like language works the same way. Like the more something gets used, the more it gets disseminated amongst the populace, the more it just becomes.
That's
real,
exactly
you
it.
know?
One of my favorite examples is so you know that like really viral scene from The Prince of Bel-Air where like supposedly Will Smith like improvised that scene where his dad tells him he doesn't want him, like his quote unquote dad in the show, his real dad.
And he starts crying and shit.
Right. He's like, why don't he want me, man? Why don't he want me?
yeah.
Fucking amazing scene. Amazing acting. But like everyone has this idea in their head that Will Smith actually improvised all that and pulled emotions from his interactions with this real father, like in real life.
Sure.
Actually completely untrue.
Yeah.
He actually, his
wow.
dad is still in the picture. Like his real dad is like still in the picture. He talks to his dad all the time, and like him and his real dad are on good terms, and like he was raised well.
Wow.
He didn't come from like a broken home really or anything. So
Wow.
yeah, so I don't know where the mythos came from, but this shit it just turned into this thing where, I mean, granted, Will Smith is still a great actor, but if anything, that talks about like his great acting skills
Yeah.
more than anything, But yeah, it's just one of those things, man. That, like it just the way the age that we live in now, it's just so much easier to get skewed information.
I mean, it's kind of like the Mandela effect. You guys know about that, right?
Remind me.
Remind me. I
I've
know
heard
the
of it,
name.
yeah.
So there
Yeah.
are people who thought Nelson Mandela has been dead. And just that idea has been propagated so much, everyone just started to believe it until it's like, no, he's alive.
Still around. He's still around, up and kicking.
Yeah.
No shit. Wait, the Mandela effect's actually named after Nelson Mandela.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
No shit.
it's exactly
Huh.
that. So, or
didn't know
like, for example, I don't know, I'm trying to think of some famous examples of it. There's one where, this is a common one. You know that old show, Sex and the City?
Yeah.
Is it Sex and the City or Sex in the City?
It's sex and, isn't it?
It's Sex and.
Yeah.
It's not in. It's and. Wow.
Yeah, but a lot of people, for some reason, remember it as in.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So like the idea of kind of like inserting information where there is none,
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's just you
okay.
hear it over and over again, and it's like you can't tell if it's in or end. It's weird. Yeah, I know what you
Right.
mean, though.
Yeah, so it's kind of similar to that, where it's just like once people start propagating it as truth, you kind of just start to believe like, oh yeah, maybe that is the truth.
Yeah. I mean, but anyway, back to our original discussion. But that's really cool that, like, I mean, it's kind of like really noble actually that you kind of wanted to just get into that for like the truth. I mean, it is kind of like the base reason why. Obviously, you love everything that comes with journalism. For as long as I've known you, at least it seems that way. Unless you're like right now, you're like, fuck journalism. I don't want anything to do with it. But but that's pretty cool though.
Yeah.
What about you, Jack?
So I was weird kid. I would put together models, little tiny models of the AH-64 Apache helicopter in the U.S. Army,
Nice.
and I would put together really intricate, like really hard to build models. Like this wasn't no Lego shit. This was like, no, you're gonna like glue this together. You need like tweezers and shit, and like little tiny pieces everywhere, and put the engine together and the whole thing. So I would build like a bunch of those when I was really young, actually. And I was just always good with like engineering shit, like Legos or like just any kind of like constructive toy where you piece things together. So I got into that, and I just like fell in love with that helicopter. So I was like, oh, I want to fly this helicopter. I want to be an Apache pilot in the Army, like growing up. But as fate would have it, my vision certainly is far from 2020. So there's no way I could ever like pilot a vehicle.
Well, give yourself
in the
2 years.
No, it's not going to happen. I've reserved myself to that.
Oh, come on. No.
So
really?
so that was kind of like my dream job. I really wanted to do that for some reason.
You really wanted to fly planes and all that?
A helicopter. I wanted to fly that specific helicopter.
Oh, just that helicopter.
That
just
specific helicopter is the one that I wanted to fly. Because also I was coming off of like the Desert Storm, like the first invasion of Iraq, where we like destroyed one of the strongest like America destroyed like one of the strongest armies in the world in like 2 weeks or some shit like that. Like we won a war. It was crazy, dude. The first Desert Storm was like, to my memory, was the highest like patriotism I'd ever experienced in America. Like true patriotism, where it was like cool to like be into America and cool to like be into the flag and sing the national anthem. Like Whitney Houston singing the national anthem at like the Super Bowl or something like that. I don't know if you guys have seen that before. It's like one of the best renditions of the national anthem ever. But it was like a real different time. I'll just put it like that. It was a lot different back then than the way it is. Like America did not even exist. Anyone saying America, that did not even exist on the planet Earth. No one even knew what that meant or was.
And now America's just one giant meme.
So yeah, so those are good times, but that's kind of what I wanted to be growing up, and now I am a official podcaster professionally now.
You get paid 100%.
No, I definitely don't.
And now turn over to our sponsors. No, I'm kidding. I wish.
Yeah. So no, that's like probably one of the more unique childhood dreams I've heard, Jack.
It was highly specific.
Yeah, it was fucking nothing's more powerful than the wish of a child, except an Apache fucking helicopter with machine guns on the side.
But what if the dream of a child is an Apache helicopter?
Well, fucking Jack's over here throwing a wrench in everyone's logic. I don't fucking know.
What did baby Collin want to be?
Fuck, dude. So I went through a lot of different things, but nothing like too crazy, I would say, like nothing too like outlandish. So there was one point where like I was like, hey, it'd be really cool if I was a pro football player. It'd be really cool if I was a pro basketball player. I was like, I'm tall, I could be a basketball player. And that's when I spent a whole 3 months actually liking basketball. Mm-hmm. It was more so because I liked basketball video games than anything. And
you hope to become like that.
Right. And then when I got a little bit older, I wanted to be a rock star, like,
I mean, who doesn't? Yeah, I went to Chuck E. Cheese.
True. Right.
I want to be Chuck E. Cheese.
Right. I wanted to be a fucking rock star because I thought, my dad growing up was in a rock and metal cover band, and I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. So I was like, I want to do that. Like, I want to fucking rock out on stage and play for people and get famous and be rich and stuff and live the fucking party in life and shit.
In a way, you kind of did that.
Yeah. I mean, I did get to play in front of people, which I'm like super thankful for, and it's still one of my favorite things in the world to do. And I'm still not the best at it, but I'm working at it, and it's great, and I've gotten to experience that. Obviously, I'm not gonna like actually experience the full-on rock star lifestyle, but another thing, I mean, video games have always been a part of my life, and they have always been like in the back of my mind the thing that I wanted to do when I got older, and it's becoming closer and closer to a reality. And one of the things growing up, right, was like I actually got the criticism like, hey, like what kind of career can you actually be in, do with video games anyway? You know what I mean? Because I came from a small town, and like they didn't really know anything about it. My parents were like, oh no, like if you're gonna do something with computers, you're gonna go to school and be a computer engineer and sit on your ass and program all day, which I'm sure is great for some people, but it's definitely not my thing. Like I'm definitely not a science and math guy. Or at least the science in traditional sense. I love social science, but not like, biology, fucking rocket science, all that shit.
Oh, I like biology.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool, but I don't have a crazy interest in it. But yeah, I mean, this is kind of where I'm at. It's kind of boring story, but kind of want to just do video games, and I'm on the path there and continue to work towards it though.
I agree with you. I've always liked video games. I've kind of ebbed and flowed throughout my life. Like, my interest has risen and fallen, just with whatever else is going on. But something I can't deny is that I always go back to video games. Even if I go away, fucking pulls me back in, like regardless. So it's always happened my whole life. So I think it always will continue to be some part of my life.
Yeah, for sure. And it's one of those things that's like, I just kind of came to the realization one day. It just hit me. I was like, You know, video games are something that I constantly think about. They're
Yeah.
always on my mind. They're almost never not. Like, I'm always thinking about, like, okay, when I get home, am I going to play games? What game am I going to play? For how long? Should I get around to this game? Can I research this game? I want to know about how this game worked. I want to know the history of this game, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
I can relate.
It's just all video games all the time. And I just can't get enough, man. It's great. The culture, the people, everything.
Well, the culture could use a little bit of improvement. Maybe.
What are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about, Robert.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Everyone's
Robert
just
at
fucking loving flowers.
tinydisc.com.
And the tinydisc.com.
I have
Tinydisc podcast.
I have a random question, guys, because I have no segue for this.
Oh no.
Have you ever driven on a road where you know beyond the shadow of a doubt, 100%, someone died at this very spot in the road?
Yeah.
Like someone fucking died right here.
I can't think of a specific time.
Okay, like growing up, like small segue or small tangent, but like growing up in small town America, you know, it was one of those things where like you would go a little bit outside town and you would just have dangerous intersections, you know, people like to just fucking blow through them. And we had one of those intersections right outside of town that had like the cross on the side of the road with the kid's name on it who died in like a really bad accident.
Right.
And those are like, there's quite a few of those around my area because some of the intersections are just so terrible. Jeez. Some of the visibility just isn't good. A lot of hills, a lot of bad signage.
Yeesh.
But yeah.
So the reason I ask is because driving home from work, it must have been yesterday? No, it was Monday. Driving home from work at like 3:45 p.m. on the way I drive to work every single day. A guy in his 20s lost control of his vehicle, and like it was raining really bad in Austin Monday, and he like hydroplaned, I guess, into the oncoming traffic and just like died instantly.
Yeesh.
And like two guys in a truck that hit him, they went to the hospital. But like they had to, as a result, you know, when they have a fatal accident, they have to shut down like the whole road. This is like the one way to get from downtown Austin to the north, like northwest area of town where tons of people live. And it's like the one way to go. So needless to say, this is like right before rush hour, right? It was fucking crazy jammed up, like totally standstill traffic, like the dark brown maroon on Google Maps. If you ever see that. Yeah. Like it was it was like really choked up. So I was like, you know what? This is like the only way I can get home. This is like a total bottleneck and it's not going to open anytime soon. So I just went to the movies and I just watched a movie. I was like, I'm just going to watch a movie here for 2 hours rather than sit in traffic for 2 hours.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's a dark segue to just say I watched a movie, my man.
No, it's not even about the movie. It's not about the movie. But now it's like really what it is like now every time I drive home, I know exactly where this dude died and I like drive there like every day. I'm like, shit.
Yeah, I mean, you never really hear about like haunted big roads. Like, you know what I mean? Like
haunted roads.
Well, haunted roads is a thing. Haunted bridges are a thing, but they're usually like some back alley, like back country, fucking out of the way, smaller road or really rough road out in the middle of nowhere. Never really think of like. I mean, I'm assuming that most accidents would happen on busy highways, right? Just because of the sheer volume of cars. And it's not. I mean, no one's ever like, you know, a haunted highway, a haunted fucking 6-lane superhighway.
Sounds like
don't get on 315. That shit's haunted.
Sounds like a
don't
David
get on fucking
Lynch
71.
movie.
Like,
wow. So I gotta drive where this dude died. Now it's just sad. It's rough because the dude was like only in his 20s and stuff. And I was like, man,
is it just something that's been weighing on your mind? It sounds like.
I guess it's only been 2 days. Yeah. It just bothers me because they still have the spray paint like neon green, like to outline where the cars were and shit that hit.
Oh,
so I see that and all that. And like broken. There's still a little bit of broken glass and stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of like fucked up to sound that like every once in a while when I'm driving, I always have the thought of like never actually thinking about doing it, but it's like what would actually fucking happen if like, you know, I fucking fainted or whatever or something, or I sneezed at the wrong second and I fucking went into the other lane and oncoming traffic happened.
It is crazy because we all just agree that we're going to drive 50, 55, 60 miles an hour, like, you know, 6 inches away from certain death. Like, on the regular. It's just like, dude, wow, we just all do this.
Oncoming traffic, like, especially when I first started driving, scared the ever-living bejesus out of me. My dad actually gave me. My dad used to give me a whole bunch of shit because I would ride so hard on the right side of the road. So because I would be almost out of my lane.
I don't like even freeways where there isn't much room between like the sidewall and your car. I don't even like those.
Right. What are you gonna say, Robert?
I mean, I'm just saying, if the idea of oncoming traffic doesn't scare you still, there's something wrong with you.
Oh, well, of course it still scares me to a degree, but it's one of those things where you kind of like you tune it out a little bit more than you did. You know what I mean? It's not actively making me as nervous.
You're not like texting while you're driving, hopefully, you fuckers.
Oh, fuck no.
It's illegal here. You get fined $500.
Man, Austin's smart.
I think I can't remember which state it was. Could have been Georgia, but apparently if you have your phone anywhere on your person while driving, even if you're at a stoplight, you can get fined and pulled over.
You mean like it can't be sitting in the cup holder next to you?
It can't be on your lap. It can't be in your hand. Like I think it's okay if you have it in the cup holder or whatever, but you can't have it anywhere like on your person.
Yeah, it's similar to the law here. If they see you on it at all or anything like that, they will. You're not even allowed to technically, if you're going by the letter of the law, you're not even allowed to use like a navigation system like that's built into your car, like the screens and shit.
Really?
You're not even allowed to like be touching that or be distracted while you're driving, technically. But
I mean, that
anyways,
makes sense. Yeah, you don't want to get distracted while driving.
Yeah.
Wait, so are traditional GPSs completely obsolete now? Like, are they not a thing? Can you not buy them anymore?
The thing where you stick it on your window?
Yeah, like a Garmin or something like that.
Garmin now sells it directly to the car manufacturer, so it's just like, oh, your car has a Garmin in it. It's like built into the dash.
Okay,
now. That's what I have.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
That's what I have.
Because like everyone just like kind of just uses their phones now, Google Maps or what have you.
Yeah, I mean that's what I do.
Right, I think most people do now.
Right. You guys want to switch gears though? You guys want to talk about some games we've been playing for the past week?
Let's fucking do it, man. Always ready to talk games. Let's do it.
Let's talk about some video games. Collin, do you want to start us off this week?
Yeah. So I don't know if I don't think any of us have actually talked about this game yet. So I, traded in a couple games, local game shop back home, Level Up. What's up, guys? And, had a little extra trading credit than I thought I would. So I ended up picking up, the Crash Bandicoot Insane trilogy.
I thought you were trying to get rid of games, dude. What are you doing buying games?
No, I did. Like I'm more so trying to get rid of volume, so it's less stuff to take. But I had some extra stuff.
So still
so,
a net
quality
loss.
gaming, like the Crash trilogy.
Yeah. Anyway, got the Crash Bandicoot Insane trilogy on Nintendo Switch. Pretty damn awesome. It runs great on the Switch. Looks awesome. Obviously, it's a little bit lower res. It's not like the 4K you're going to be getting on a PS4 Pro by any means, but. Man, those games still a lot of fun, still brutally hard. I think I've died like over 100 times already, and I'm still in the first game.
I mean, at least Crash has a ton of fun death animations, though, right?
Oh,
like that game had some of the best death animations.
Oh, 100%. Like as soon as you hit an enemy just barely, he turns into a fucking angel and then rises to the sky.
Yeah.
Like,
is it crazy to you guys at all, or is this just me being a 90s kid that like we're playing Crash Bandicoot games on a Nintendo console? Because that blows my mind.
It's a little weird.
It's wild. It's on Xbox too. You know that, right?
And
I didn't
Steam.
know that, but damn.
You can download it on Steam right now if you wanted.
Crash Bandicoot? Wow.
Yeah, it's wild. Well, to be fair though, there was Crash Bandicoot games on the Game Boy.
Yeah, Game Boy. Game Boy
Advance.
I was huge into Crash, when it first came out on PS1. I was a big PS1 adopter, and that's when I kind of fell off of Nintendo and Mario, and even Mario 64. But now look, the test of time, that Mario 64 is the far superior game to Crash 1. But back then, I was convincing myself, no, this Crash game is better than Mario, because I had to pick one, right?
Nah. I mean, I would say Mario 64 is definitely superior, but Crash Bandicoot, man, there's so much charm to that game though. It's just magical and in a certain way. Just hearing, booting it up, hearing the theme music. I'm like, oh fuck yeah, turn it up, crank it.
Yeah, I still think of the theme music from the first level, that whole first world. It's so good.
Oh yeah, the bongos. That's all I think about.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And the thing is, like, I know that they were trying to take advantage of like, oh, the PS1's like one of the first 3D consoles there is, 32 bits, blah blah blah, and it's great, and it plays okay in a lot of the 3D platforming parts, but damn, is it frustrating when they try to do side-scrolling parts because they keep the third dimension there. You can still go forward and backwards, so you can like fall off the back of the fucking platforms and like miss jumps like super easily. because of that, because of the camera angle. So it's so bullshit. If you turn your joystick just barely in the wrong degree, then you fuck yourself and you die.
Yikes.
It's brutal.
I played Crash 1, loved it. Then I played Crash 2, and then I never played another Crash game in my entire life.
Crash 3 Warped!
I never played anything past Crash
Warped
2.
I loved. Warped was good.
That's what I hear.
But I don't know. I wanted to pick up the Insane trilogy, but decided against it. Just because I've been playing so many other games. Like I would not have time to beat it. As much as I would love to like revisit that nostalgia. And speaking of that, like the Spyro trilogy is coming out soon, right?
Yeah, September.
And I remember thinking like, Spyro was all right, but whatever. I played all the games, so I was like, yeah, whatever. And then like seeing footage of it being played again, I was like, oh man, Spyro was really good.
Yeah,
Spyro was so good.
I can't wait for that. I can't, dude. I had Spyro was one of the first games I owned on PS1. I had the first game. And I don't think I ever got any of the other games, but that was at the point in my life still where I didn't have a memory card for said PlayStation 1. So I constantly had to restart the damn game. Mm-hmm. All the time. That and Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase.
Yikes.
Which was awfully hard.
I need you guys to clear some... Sorry.
You're good. Go ahead.
I need you guys to clear something up for me. Is Spyro a Skylander?
I don't care.
He is a Skylander. No, these are the prescient questions of our time. He is a Skylander. Like the Skylanders are a bunch of dragons.
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. It seemed like Collin knew what he's talking about.
No, Skylanders. I mean, Spyro is a Skylander. Yes, Skylanders are not a bunch of dragons, though.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Yeah, Skylanders are just a random assorted bunch of figures that made kids want to buy them.
Okay, they're not just dragons. Yeah. Okay.
No, but they did like a terrible redesign of Spyro for those games, and it's fucking terrible.
And when was Elijah Wood the voice of Spyro?
It was the PS2 games.
Yeah, the PS2 games. They had like a PS2 trilogy where he learned like, well, no, he already knew martial arts. Never mind. But yeah.
What?
He knows like a dragon martial art.
Fucking Spyro was in the Wu-Tang Clan? What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
All right.
The dragon martial arts.
Yo, do you know how did you guys play the Spyro games?
Not on PS2.
No, I never play any of them.
Yo, he doesn't just breathe fire. He breathes like earth and ice. He's like basically the avatar. He's the avatar of the dragons.
Whoa. Earth breather.
He can fly, obviously, but then
Speaking
he also
of which,
can like martial arts. So I mean, there's that.
He can breathe martial arts.
He can breathe martial arts on your ass.
He can breathe. He just fucking breathes, and a little Bruce Lee comes out, starts whipping everyone's ass.
Just judo chops your neck off.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear about what's happening this year? They got the writers from the original Avatar: The Last Airbender, and they are doing a Netflix animated series now.
Yeah, it's the Prince of Dark or something like that.
I thought it was like the Lion Prince.
Or the Dragon Prince.
The Lion King 2, I don't know.
The Prince
the
of the
Lion
Dragons.
King 2 Electric Boogaloo.
It'll never work.
I don't know.
But in seriousness though, I'm pretty hyped for them to do something else. I can't believe like Avatar just kind of came and went and like nothing has, I guess Korra. Did they work on Korra or was that a different group?
No idea.
I don't know, but Korra was really fucking good though.
Okay, well, so we brought up Bruce Lee, and this just reminded me, how excited are you guys that Ip Man 4 is done filming and Jackie Chan's going to be in it?
Oh, fuck, I didn't know that.
All right, this is the first
This is
I've
news
heard.
to me.
What?
But I'm excited.
Yeah, he's going to be
still
fighting for intellectual property rights against the Ip Man.
Wow. Jackie Chan's really in Ip Man 4?
I think so, yeah.
Ip Man is kind of the new Bring It On of Netflix, meaning that you have one good movie and then all these not so great sequels.
Hey, Ip Man 2 was good. Ip Man 3 was questionable.
Ip Man 2 was good, but Ip Man, and then there's like the last Ip Man. There's like a couple ancillary spin-offs, and it's just like what is doing with this Ip Man movie shit. And now this Jackie Chan one sounds like it could be quality. Is it straight to Netflix or is it going to be in theaters?
No clue.
Like it should.
But my worry is like I was excited for The Foreigner because of Jackie Chan, and that was just all right.
It wasn't that good, was it?
Yeah.
He was a terrorist. Jackie Chan terrorist turns out not that great.
Yeah.
So this is actually a great segue into my other game I want to talk about.
Is it a Jackie Chan game?
Close. It's a game called Absolver. It's free on PS Plus this month.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so it's a basically take like it kind of, and I hate how much I hate comparing things to Dark Souls, but I'm going to do it here. It kind of plays like Dark Souls in terms of like the third person action camera kind of deal, but it's focused on mostly martial arts. And so you get like 3 different fighting styles you can pick from at the beginning of this game for your character. And the cool thing about this game is like there's not much of a story. You wander the world and you basically just fight NPCs and other players. And the multiplayer is pretty seamlessly integrated, which is nice. But the cool thing about this game is like your fighting style, even though there's no like really much in terms of like weapon customization, you can completely customize your moves, your martial arts. You can go into practice mode and you can individually like change, move around, and learn new ability, like individual strikes for your martial arts. It's pretty neat. And so like the way the combat system works is you get your regular and alternate attacks between square and triangle on PS4, and you actually switch stances. So you coordinate these moves according to how you switch your stance. So you have like 4 different directions according to your if you hold R2 and you can like move your character into different stances. He'll be like have his back to the guy or like facing him or whatever. But like it's like surprisingly in depth for how like this is basically an indie game. And it's a really interesting game so far, and it's got a really cool art style. I think it's in Unity Engine or Unreal Engine actually. I'm sorry. But it's got a super cool art style, interesting, mysterious world. They don't really tell you much about it. You're kind of just a guy that puts on a mask and you like hallucinate into this world.
Yeah, isn't Devolver involved in it?
Yes, so it's developed by Slow Clap and published by Devolver Digital.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty good music, but just overall cool atmosphere. And it's one of those games where like if you're not paying attention, you can get your ass kicked at any given time. Like, so you got to be ready to go. You really got to learn the systems of the game. It's surprisingly depthy, deep.
Depthy. It's a lot. This lake has a lot of depthy to it.
Yeah. This lake has a lot of deep to it.
I'm 14 and that was depthy.
That was depthy. We're starting a trend.
Do you have any idea, any inklings how long the game is? I got the impression it's kind of short.
Based on what I've played so far, I'm getting the same thing. Because there's just not a whole lot of areas in that, and that's kind of like one of my complaints about the game is it's very vague, like where you're supposed to go. Because the basis of the story is you're some sort of pupil in some sort of martial arts school, and you get selected to put on this mask, and then your dude like meditates into this other world, and it's like an old kind of like post some sort of disaster world, and you're like fighting all these people that are left, and it's just, they tell you to go fight the marked ones, and they give you a map, not like a mini map or anything in the corner of the screen. They just show you a map on a stone tablet, and they're like, okay, hey, so like you gotta go fight these marked one guys, and they're somewhere on this really vague ass map. Go nuts, bye.
Yeah, like I've heard the game is kind of short, and then it relies a lot on like multiplayer content after a while.
It seems that way because and even though it's a really cool aspect of the game, it does focus heavily on that. Like, you have people constantly dropping in and dropping out of your game at all times. And while it's really cool, and like at any time someone can drop in and try to kick your ass, or someone can drop in and like be like, hey, you want to cooperate? Let's go kick these guys' asses. It kind of causes the game to come to a halt at some points.
Yikes.
Because it's not exactly seamlessly integrated to it. It is to a fault. Because what happens is when you get like a player or two that loads into your area, it can actually like freeze the game. Like, I've gotten to points where it just hard freezes the game. And then it's like,
that's not
stutters,
great.
stutter, and then goes, and then it's like blankety, I fucked your mom, XX Tentacion has entered the area. Yeah.
Rest in peace. Damn.
Yeah, rip in peace.
But here's the ultimate question. Can you? Sure you can.
If you can, I haven't learned it yet. You can, however, do a flying knee to the face, which is pretty great.
Okay, so an electric knee. I can dig that.
Yeah, and you can do like some Superman punch type shit where you come in and you're like, ah!
So like Falcon Punch.
There's some pretty like faithful to martial arts moves going on there.
Yeah. So the form that I picked is called Windfall, which is basically maybe like a Taekwondo looking deal. Where a lot of it is, it's based on there's 3 fighting styles. Each one has its own gimmick, and the gimmick for this one is dodging, right? Because the first one is like a major, like powerful stance where you basically focus on blocking and absorbing a lot of damage instead of dodging it. And the other one, aside from the other two, is countering. Big focus on like parrying and riposting and countering. I chose the one to dodge because it sounded like the most fun to play. I'm used to playing it's a dexterity-based class. So that's what I'm used to playing. It's really hard to get a hang of, though, because you're dodging with the right stick, and you have to dodge in the right direction. And your window for dodging is super small. So you basically just got to watch the enemy really closely and hope to God you dodge right. Because if they get a hit on you, more than likely they're going to combo the shit out of you, and there goes half your health.
Yikes. I mean, it sounds like a fighting game, though, right? Like, that's kind of how it is.
There's a lot of fighting game aspects to it, yeah. In terms the general philosophy of the combat is very fighting game-esque.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But no, I mean, Absolver, though, it's free on like I said, free on PlayStation Plus and PS4 right now. Would recommend, especially at that, being free.
For someone that doesn't have PlayStation Plus, should I get it for this game, though?
Sale. I would get it on a sale. It's worth a sale.
Yeah, I'm going to wait for the next Steam sale, I think. It is definitely coming down in price.
Yeah,
for sure. But wait, you don't have PS Plus, Jack? I thought you did.
Nah, I don't know. There's no reason, because PCs exist and it's free to play multiplayer games there.
Same.
But yeah, Absolver by Slow Clap. Go play it.
There you go. Slow clap for it, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't do that into the microphone.
Jack, what have you been playing?
Okay, I'm going to touch base here on a few things. Mario Tennis Aces. I have gotten all the way to the last match, but it's full of some bullshit.
Wait, like you're talking about story mode?
Yeah, story mode. The single player mode. It's full of some bullshit because the last match. Should I just spoil like what it is?
Yeah, just go for it.
Okay. Like, it's like, oh, surprise, you actually have to play a doubles match and you're controlling Peach and Rosalina, I think it is. Or no, I'm going to get railed in the comments. Peach and what's
Daisy?
the orange? Daisy, thank you. And
what's the orange?
Trump.
Yeah. So
Cheetos.
you have to do a doubles match against Wario and Waluigi.
Nice.
And that one's not that bad. So you're playing a doubles match with 3 bots, right? And it's not that bad. It's pretty easy to get through. Nothing much there. But you have to win that match. And then and only then can you do the true final match as Mario versus like Shadow Luigi. And Shadow Luigi is like fucking hard. I mean, it's possible, but damn, you have to use all the skills. It's not an easy match at all.
Okay,
and I lost it twice.
Can I ask? This is very important to me for my Mario lore. Is this a Luigi has given himself up to the dark side, or is this an evil clone of the Luigi we all know and love?
I feel like it's evil has taken over Luigi.
Yes.
Oh my God! Evil Luigi.
That's the last match. And so, anyways, the part about it that sucks all the balls is that the first match is like 15, 20 minutes, depending on how good you are, and only then can you do the Mario and Luigi match, which is the hardest match in the game easily. And so I lost to Shadow Luigi twice. But the thing that sucks is that when you lose to Luigi, you have to fucking play the doubles match over again before you get another shot at him.
Oh, that's dumb.
That's like, fuck. Man, so I'm sitting there trying to beat this. What?
What kind of racket is this game trying to play?
Thought we were doing all right, Scarpanito. I thought we were doing okay. All right.
I'm just don't acknowledge it anymore.
This
I just
pneumonia is my penance.
I just pray that the liquid in your lungs just stops you from one more pun.
We'll see. I might serve you up another one. We'll see.
Oh, is that blood I see on your microphone? You coughing up blood
Yikes,
there?
Yeah, I know, right? What's this? Ninja guy?
Man, you guys are loving it, huh?
So anyways, that sucks, right? So every time so now it makes like every like service volley like matter that much more when you're fighting Luigi because like fuck, I don't want to have to replay the other match. You know what I mean? So it really sucks. So I don't know when I'm going to push through and do that, but that'll be some Saturday. I don't know. But it's so that's kind of a bummer. Whatever, the single player isn't really that good. It's really all just kind of training for the multiplayer where I really think the game's going to shine, and I'm going to play that as much as I can until it's free. So that's the Mario Tennis Aces update.
I mean, I just want to say I'm glad that it's like, because I fully expected the final boss to be Bowser, because you know it's a Mario game.
Yeah, I don't even know if I fought Bowser at all. Maybe I did early on. I can't even remember it, to be honest with you. It doesn't stand out. The bosses.
My favorite thing is you can play as Chain Chomp.
Yes,
because everyone's like, how the fuck does that work? But they make it work
fun.
somehow.
Yeah, there's some good characters in there, and so I don't think the single player was that good, but the bosses do stand out as being pretty cool. All the bosses are pretty cool, and how you beat them. So, anyways, that's that. What I did spend a lot of time with, way more than I thought I would, a game called Into the Breach. It's on PC right now by Subset Games. I know we talked about it before. It was made by I think the same company that made Faster and Light. It's that mech
yeah,
pixel
yeah.
That
Okay.
game.
Yeah.
3D isometric strategy game.
Dude,
Yeah.
I completely forgot about that game.
Dude, no, do not forget. Do you like Advance Wars? Do you like Fire Emblem? Do you
Yeah.
like these kind of games?
Yeah.
Do you not know life?
Do not know life. Good shit.
That's the end of the show, guys.
So, what's wrong with you? All right. Anyways, this is one of the best one of those I've ever played, and I've played a shitload of those. And this is not this is not to be missed. Like, I cannot recommend this game enough.
Them some words.
This game is better than probably any Fire Emblem I've probably ever played. To be totally honest with you.
Oh my god.
It is so strategic. It is like so much like playing chess. You have to like, I don't know, man. I don't know how much I want to say about it, but you know, it just came out February 27th of this year. I'm just now getting to it. It's turn-based strategy, single player. It's on PC. It needs to be on iPad. This could be a sweet ass iPad game, and I'm
sure they'll make it happen.
I will rebuy it. Yeah, Faster Light's on iPad. I will rebuy it on iPad. I absolutely
Is it on
will.
Switch?
It'll probably be on everything, but not now. I think it's just on PC. I'm pretty sure.
Really?
But
It definitely
guys,
seems like it'd work as a Switch game.
This game is awesome. It's the kind of game where I literally could not get off my chair. And I'm just looking up. It's like 3 hours later. I'm like, shit.
Yeah, this definitely like kind of scratches that sort of like Valkyria Chronicles sort of itch. Like one of those things where like you start a fight, right? And the next thing you know, an hour and a half has passed and you're that deep into a fight.
It's it's very, very good. And now that I'm good at the game, it's just getting better. It scales very well with your skills. Because when I first started, man, it's the kind of game when you first start, like one wrong move, one wrong turn, and you're fucked. Like, you cannot afford to waste any moves or any turns, any ammo beginning. And then you just, like, keep going. It's kind of like Faster and Light, right? Like, you keep throwing yourself at it. You keep, learning what to anticipate, what to plan for, how to really take advantage of the different abilities together and how to chain them and how to, like, eventually set it up so you're killing, like, 3-4 people in, like, one hit. It's, like, it's really empowering when you get to that level of play. But it's a roguelike as well. It's really, I don't know, it's cool how the game unfolds, but you do have permadeath, and when you do die, you are able to take one quote unquote time traveler with you back to your next playthrough. But they don't keep any of their skills or shit like that.
So what do they keep then?
I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
I'll have to investigate that, but it's like you're unlocking characters. There's like 20 different ones. I only have 2. And I played the game like 6-7 hours. I played a lot of this game. For me, that's a lot in like a weekend to play 6-7 hours of a game.
I mean, you're lighting a match with this game, though, man. You're lighting a match and setting aflame the comments because you're saying it's better than Fire Emblem and shit.
Dude,
Yeah,
I played a lot of Fire Emblem. I'm telling you, you guys, the best parts of this game, maybe I'll say this, the best parts of this game are better than that. But if you're coming to it for like CG and music and story and shit and love affairs and shit, look elsewhere. It's not that kind of game. I'm talking about the gameplay itself. Like, again, once you start learning how the moves chain together, and once you know how to take advantage of that, like you could claw yourself out of like a totally hopeless scenario where you're like, I'm totally fucked, I'm dead, and then when you like sit there and think, because there's no time limit to the turns, you sit there and think like methodically, like, how could I possibly get out of this? And when you pull it off, it's like a fucking fist pump moment, man. It feels really, really good. Nice. So I can't say enough nice things about it. I absolutely recommend it to you guys. This is going to be something that comes up later in the year when we start discussing stuff. For sure. It's of that caliber to me.
Whoa. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's Into the Breach. I don't know. Check it out. It's on PC. It was on sale during the Steam sale. I don't know. I think I got like $12, something like that.
Okay,
it's 15 right now because there's no sale, but...
Yeah,
15's not bad. I thought this was going to be like a $20 or $30 game.
No, it scales really good for ultra wide too. It's just a fantastic game design. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm really into it.
Yeah, I mean,
Chris really playing my laptop.
Chris Avalon did the writing for it. If that means anything to you guys.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, he did Fallout New Vegas, so I'm into it.
The music is very atmospheric as well. Ben Prunty did the music. It's really, really, really good. I'm very, very pleased that I got it.
You're a fan.
Big.
All right, cool. Is that all?
Wait, no.
Stop the presses.
I got the NES Classic too, guys. I finally got one.
Oh fuck!
So,
Yeah,
motherfucker comes with one controller. At least
it
the
comes with
NES
one
comes with
controller.
2.
Yep.
Well, see, back then gamers didn't have friends. They didn't have 2 players. So
That's some bullshit, dude. The thing's $60. It should come with 2 controllers. They sell you one for $10 more.
Yeah, and it's like that one controller's like a foot and a half long.
Yeah, and so I have extension cords for those. And so I'm taking full advantage of the extension cords. But also I found out just through trial and error that the SNES Classic controllers work on the NES too.
oh, nice.
So I don't need to buy a second controller. And there's a lot of 2-player games on that too. And they only give you one controller. It's some bullshit.
Yeah.
Well, shit. Because actually, the SNES Classic was $80. It does come with 2 controllers. So, and actually, now that I think about it in hindsight, it's really dumb that the NES doesn't come with another controller.
Well,
actually, what I did, my NES Classic rig is like jerry rigged as fuck. Because what I did was I got an extension cord for the first controller, and then I had an old NES controller laying around for my actual NES, and then I just got an adapter for that.
Oh, that works. That's cool.
Yeah. So I spent like $20 instead of spending, I don't know, the bajillion dollars it is probably for an actual controller on eBay right now.
It makes sense to me if the NES only has games single player, but there's a bunch of 2-player games on there.
Yeah.
So whatever. I'm excited though. That's a great thing. I'm glad I have it.
Did you mod it yet?
No, I'm probably gonna mod my second. I have 2 SNES Classics. I'm probably gonna mod like one of those. So help me with that, won't you?
It's super easy, dude.
Cool.
Like it's really easy to mod.
I can't wait. So we'll do that someday.
I think I put all of the Dragon Quest games on my NES Classic, or Dragon Warrior 1 through 4.
That's sweet. Is Secret of Mana on the SNES Classic? I can't remember. I think it is.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
already
it
on there.
is. Yeah.
That's a great game. And you know what came and went? That remake. Did you buy that shit?
No, I didn't. I still plan on picking it up though, because I've heard it's actually good. I mean, a lot of people are shitting on it because of the graphics, but I've heard it's actually pretty good. It's a game though that I is it on Vita too?
The remake or the original?
The remake.
The remake.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Because it definitely seems like the type of game I'd want to play in Vita, or like some sort of portable.
Yeah,
console.
well, there's a ton of iOS games that just rip off directly off Secret of Mana that are just like free to buy.
There might be an iOS version of it.
Wouldn't be
Yeah,
surprised.
There is. Square,
Okay.
and I'm sure it's $18-$19 for a fucking iPhone Square game. You
Yeah.
bastards.
So there was actually recently a PlayStation sale too, in tandem with the Steam sale, of course. And I've been wanting to pick up the Final Fantasy IX remaster that they did. I don't know if you call it remaster, but they did some shit to it and made it look better.
I mean, yeah, they just brought it back, really.
Yeah, they brought it back and like upres the pre-rendered backgrounds and all that shit. Anyways, point being, I wanted to get it on PS4, and it's like $22 brand new or some bullshit.
Wow.
And even on sale, it was still like $15 for like a 20-year-old game.
Yeah, it's not like
Like,
Square.
it's insane.
Square does not like know how to price their shit sometimes.
Yeah, but the thing is, people pay it, so I guess I get it. But
Yeah.
I mean, Final Fantasy VII was like $6. Like, come on, guys. Anyway.
Yeah, but at this point, that game's kind of shovelware in a way.
Dude,
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 7 shovelware?
I mean, because like everyone's played it. You know what I mean? Like everyone
It's fun
has
though.
it.
I hear you. It's fun to play in 4K though resolution that game on PC. I mean, it's still blocky and chunky as shit and framey as all hell, but seeing it in
you
4K
can't-
is still fun.
You can mod the PC version though to have higher res, like Cloud from Advent Children put in that game or some shit.
Oh yeah, trust me, I know. I spent so on my old laptop, I spent 5 or so straight hours modding Final Fantasy VII because there's no easy way to do it. You have to download like 4 or 5 different softwares
It's
Yikes.
really
and
dumb.
do all this bootlegging bullshit. And yeah, I did it. I got it to the point where like outside of battle, I had like Cloud looks like what he looks like inside battle and shit like that. Like I had all the characters looking good. It was dope looking, and upres it and everything. And then I updated to Windows 10 and everything was incompatible.
And you know what though? Like I feel like I could watch a YouTube video and get everything I needed out of that modding experience.
Yeah, and but the thing is, even if you went down that path, it still wouldn't take as long as it takes for Final Fantasy VII Remake to come out. Yeah, take that, fucking Tatsuya Nomura, fucking announcing a game five
no,
years.
No, listen.
early.
So
he
here's
heard it.
what
He
I want
heard
to
it,
happen.
Robert. He heard
Here's
it.
what I want to happen. So you guys know how like the Final Fantasy 15 modding community is like pretty huge right now.
I
It's
don't,
really
but I can
weird
imagine.
though. It's really weird.
It's super fucking weird. But what I'm getting at is like the last bit of gameplay, the little nugget of gameplay that we got from this Final Fantasy VII remake looked a lot like the gameplay from like a Kingdom Hearts or a Final Fantasy 15.
Yep.
So I bet, and I'm challenging you, modding community, I bet they can remake Final Fantasy VII in Final Fantasy 15 way before they come out with the actual 7
Someone
remake.
will fucking do it. They will fucking do
Someone
it.
will fucking do it.
Well, here's the weird thing is that a majority of the Final Fantasy 15 mods are just skins. None of them are like, here's a new quest, here's a new story. It's all
right. It's
skins.
not like Skyrim levels or Elder Scrolls series levels.
Yeah, which is kind of disappointing for me because like there's skins where you can make all of your characters girls that you can play as like Cindy and shit.
Dude, give me
Damn,
the Turks
so instead
anytime.
of being, the traveling bro squad, you can be the sisterhood of the traveling pants instead.
Yep, pretty much.
Nice.
Jack, are you done talking about the games that you had?
I mean, yeah.
I would just like to throw out there real quick. I played Rocket League like 2 days ago. First time I played Rocket League in a little while. Fucking got in there, played 3 matches. 2 of them I got fucking MVP. What
Nice.
up?
Wow, you're so
What
good
up?
at driving.
Dude, I scored 5 goals in one game.
Dude, you should be in the World Cup. You're like a pro soccer player now.
Dude, I'm so fucking pro.
Yo, speaking
And,
of
like,
World Cup, y'all excited about the finals? Nope. Okay, good.
cricket.
I'm just saying,
I
guys.
think it's Croatia and don't tell me. Thanks. I think France will probably win.
Damn French people.
Freedom fries.
Don't they move slow because they eat
said
lots of
damn
snails?
French people. What is
Hey,
that shit?
They know how to run. Hey.
They know. You wouldn't think so since they eat all those snails and all that.
Gross.
I've had a
'cause
snail before.
snails are slow.
I've had one.
Does that make Jack French?
I don't know, does it? I was waiting for a reply from Jack. I was like,
Man, y'all are being
oui.
slow as
Oui, oui.
snails.
I know we are. But anyway,
That's the answer.
yeah, I'm doing. I just put down the controller. I was like, I'm done. I'm just gonna leave on this high note right now on Rocket League.
There you go. You're
Yeah, I
MVP
mean, yeah,
forever.
you got to retire, basically uninstall at that point, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
That's
Robert?
how Floyd Mayweather stayed 50-0. He just uninstalled boxing after the 50th win.
And then after Conor McGregor, he's like, fuck it, I have enough
Yeah,
money.
now he doesn't need to play the game anymore.
Right.
So, it's funny that you brought up Fire Emblem, Jack, because I've been playing a Fire Emblem game on the Switch. I actually bought Fire Emblem Warriors.
Said the Muso game.
Yeah, the Muso game.
Warriors.
It's my first.
and play.
It's my first Muso game, actually.
Yeah?
I've never played a Muso before then.
Is it mashy?
Very mashy. But there are weird bits of it that are Fire Emblem-y that I'm kind of digging. Like I don't know if this is how it is in a normal Muso game, but it's like the weapon triangles in it. So if you're playing a sword character and you go up against like a spear character, you're gonna do less damage and you take more damage.
That's how they all are, yeah.
Okay, so there's that. And then there's the ability of like you have to take over forts all around the map. So you can pause the game and like instruct your units, hey, go attack this, go attack that, which feels very Fire Emblem-y because it's like tactical in a way, but it doesn't change the fact you can just run around with your character and just like run to
Right.
every fort you need
Just
to.
wreck shop.
Is
Clear 'em out.
Lubu in it? Is my question.
I have not seen him yet.
All right, damn it. You get Lubu in one of these.
But yeah, no, that game came out last November. Developed by Team Ninja worked on it along with Intelligent Systems.
I forgot the makers of Neo.
Yeah, they were on that game. But I don't know. I mean, it's perfectly all right. It's a good mindless game for sure.
Right.
That's why I didn't pick it up, man.
Yeah,
Muso
there's-
games just don't do it for me.
There's some missions that are a little bit like bogus, and you're kind of like, well, that's bull. Like, because it's really easy to lose them because like of some stupid requirements.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's something kind of magical about playing that game because like after playing like so many hours of Awakening, so many hours of Fates, it's like I know all of these characters so well, but I've never like you don't think of them as like, oh, he's a swordsman, oh, she's like a spear wielding Pegasus flyer. You just think of them as units on the board. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then actually seeing them like kind of come to life in this full-fledged 3D world where you like every button press is a swing of their sword, a swing of their axe. It brings Fire Emblem to life in a way that I don't think I've ever felt it before. It's never felt as alive as it does in this game.
I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean. Because in a lot of it's a tactical game, right? So it's not like you're ever really taking direct control of these characters. It's more so you're You tell them to do the thing, and then they do the thing.
Yeah,
it's the kind of game where it's like
Right.
isn't the kind of game where you can just like hit a few buttons and like kill like 100 people in a few seconds.
Yep, pretty much.
Yep. Empowering, I guess.
Yeah, they're fun for about 10 minutes.
I don't know. I've had fun for it for a while. I've been playing it for like maybe 6-8 hours.
They're fun for only about 10 minutes.
Yeah, I can't play too much of those. I've tried multiple times, man.
No, I mean, I tried to play Hyrule Warriors several times, and it's like I own the game. I bought it brand new because I was like, I mean, it's Zelda. I might like it.
Yeah, they get you.
And I mean, there's a lot of Zelda fan service and all that stuff, but it's just like, like, okay, I'm mashing the B button. This is fun.
Robert, how far would you say you're in it? 6-7 hours?
Yeah, 6, 7, or 8 hours or so.
I mean, how far would you say you have to go?
It feels like I'm halfway through the game because basically what they're doing is you're on a quest to collect five stones. I've collected 3 of them.
Okay, gotcha. So is there like a story mode or whatever? Like what do you call it? Like in Hyrule Warriors, they had that thing where you had like the 8-bit map, and then you do like different like encounters and like.
So
yeah, okay.
At the end of that game, you have to fight Shadow Luigi.
I would play that.
Good.
No, so there's the main story mode where you play as the 2 characters that were created for Fire Emblem Warriors that are both very boring and dumb.
Okay.
And there's like that whole story mode, which is just like go through these missions. And then they have a history mode where you basically play through big fights from Awakening, big fights from Fates, etc., like from previous games. And you run around on an 8-bit map, and every time you like run into an enemy on that map, then it goes into like a warrior style fight where you have to go through and collect the forts, etc., etc.
How are the boss battles?
Simple.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to like really iterate on it. It's like Muso is more kind of like a skin now.
Yeah.
You take a property, insert Muso, and enjoy the income because everyone will buy it.
Right, and so for me, it's definitely like the Fire Emblem skin is what's getting it for me because playing this is like, okay, I'm having fun with it, but it's not convincing me to buy Dynasty Warriors 9 or Dynasty Warriors 8. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
never. Yeah.
No, I couldn't. Fucking cheese. I don't know, man. It's just like it's such a boring genre of games. I'll throw my hands up, man, and just say like I don't really get it. Like I kind of get it, but I don't get it.
If it wasn't Fire Emblem, though, it doesn't sound like Robert would have cared.
No, yeah, 100%. It's Fire Emblem that's carrying this game for me. 100%.
Gotcha.
Right. I don't know. It just like the gameplay was fun for me for a while when I played Hyrule Warriors, and then after a while I was like, I'm kind of over it. Like
I'm gonna qualify my statement about Into the Breach being a better game than that. So it depends on what you value in Fire Emblem, right? As to whether or not Into the Breach is better. But I'm just talking about like the actual act of playing the game itself and the strategy is what makes Into the Breach better for me.
Gotcha.
But I think Fire Emblem has obviously overall way better story, way better production value. There's voiceovers and shit like that. There's nothing like that in Into the Breach.
Right.
Right.
Another game I've been playing, I played only about an hour of it, but like that's about a third of it. I played the Octopath Traveler demo. That's been out for a while.
I did. I played a little bit of it too.
I forgot to. Oh shit! Are we doing this now? Oh man.
Who are you playing?
I picked the worst character to play as.
Maybe I picked two.
I'm convinced I picked the absolute worst character.
The cleric?
So I chose Hanet, the Huntress.
That's who I picked.
She's the worst. I hate her. I hate everything about her and all her friends.
Why?
Why did that suck so bad? It sucked.
Okay.
I thought it would have been cool.
So here's the reason she sucks, okay? Is that her writing is the worst thing I've ever read in the longest time. And it's not because of the syntax or the grammar, but it's more so because like they go for like Shakespearean plus.
It's fucked up.
So she's like, I will slayeth the beast and hunteth all night.
Oh,
and the voice acting is bad
God.
too. And there isn't a lot of voice acting, but it's bad what is there.
Yeah, and like whenever you start a battle, it's like, Letnin cometh to me then. And it's like, fucking, what are you saying?
Yeah,
and there are times where like, because, you know, there's a lot of reading in that game too, right? Because, you know, you're just reading speech bubbles and stuff.
Way too
There's some
much.
bits where I'm just reading it and I'm like, what in the fuck are you actually saying?
Dude, I skipped so much of the dialogue. Like they just bit off way more than they could chew with that. So that kind of ruined the game for me, to be totally honest with you.
Damn, that's a shame.
It sucked.
Yeah, but I've stuck through and I've gotten to the second character. I've gotten to Ophelia, the cleric. Instantly like her more because she talks like a normal fucking human being.
Ophelia the cleric, right? Is that what you said?
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
the first demo that came out last year, right? Like that was not bad.
Oh,
I remember
I love that.
I remember not
the one
hating
with
that.
the one with Ulbrich and the other girl
Right.
who's like a dancer.
Primrose.
And I finished the Huntress too. I finished her storyline. I beat that boss and stuff. And
Yeah.
And
it
fucking
was just-
Ulbrich, he's basically Garen from League of Legends.
Basically, yeah. For Demacia, basically.
I swear to God, it's the same voice actor.
It might be.
Yeah, for Demacia. Anyway.
I hate to put a number on it, man, but if this game comes out and if it's getting like 6, 7s, 8s and shit, like I don't know if I can justify $60 for it.
Okay, wait. So can I just read 2 lines that I remember writing down specifically that this character said? Just to like,
I got PTSD about it. Go ahead.
Oh God, do you not know with life?
to slayin for sport is to betray in life. Like, I know what you're saying, but just say to slay for sport is to betray life. Just say it. It's so simple. It's done. It gets to the point.
Wow.
And then another one is coming at me if thou darest.
I remember that. Yeah. I remember
Yeah, and I'm just like, what are please
what kind
stop.
of Ren Fair bullshit turkey leg fucking deep fried bullshit is this?
Like I'm already
adjectives.
liking Ophelia a lot more, and like I've also played through Primrose and Ulbrich in the old demo, so I know I like their characters more. So for me, I'm just hoping that Huntress was just like the bad apple, and I just decided to pick the worst apple for some reason.
Same. And to play devil's advocate though, they did have to come up with fucking 8 ass different kind of things to do in this one game.
Right.
They can't all be gold.
My worry though is I've been reading a lot of preview stuff because a lot of like inklings of the game are coming out. I think the embargo lifts on Thursday, the day before the
game's
game
out
releases.
Friday.
And it's starting to sound like it's just 8 different stories tied into one game, rather than a story of 8 people who have different goals but then come together.
They meet together though. You fight together.
Yeah, but like it just sounds like it's like, oh, they meet together, but it's still like once we get to like Ophelia's story, you're basically just playing like Ophelia is the only character in that story part, and then in the battles, all of a sudden everyone else comes in to help.
Robert, I'm gonna save your life. You need to play a Final Fantasy fucking 12.
I have it now on Steam, actually.
Dude, play that game. It's what Octopath Traveler is striving to be. And here's the thing too, like I don't think yes, the graphics look good, but at least that Huntress level, like the map or whatever, I thought was very uninspired. And I actually went into the graphical settings and I turned off the what's it called, the vignette effect in the corners and shit, because I just didn't think it added anything to the game. Like I wanted to see
I turned that off too, actually. Now that you
the
say
dark
that.
corners
Yeah.
and shit. I was like, yeah, I actually want to see this game, and I just don't think it's all that anymore. I don't know, man. I got a bad taste in my mouth for that game. It comes out soon, doesn't it?
Friday.
Yeah.
I'm still interested. I want to see more of it. I want to beat the demo, and 2, I want to see what the reviewers say.
I have my worries, but there
Yeah,
are
I
some
don't know.
good things about it.
So my experience with it through the demo so far has been actually really good. Like, if based on what I've played of the demo so far, the second demo rather, I played all the way through the first one too. I really liked it. I picked I can't remember his name now. The Scholar.
Ooh, yeah. How is he? I've heard his story's all
He's-
right.
I liked the story a lot. Like it had some like twists and turns to it. It's one of those kind of like it's almost like a Game of Thronesy sort of story in some ways. It's one of those things where like someone tries to fuck him over, and then like he gets like thrown out of the city at the beginning of the game, and like that's where your journey with him starts, quote unquote. And basically you leave the city in pursuit of knowledge because you're looking for like the sacred tome. So you go out to find it and research it and shit like that. It's I don't know. I thought he was a pretty cool character. Like he's like a professor in like this university and shit like that.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know. He's a cool character. I liked him, and his attacks are pretty neat too. He's very magic based. So what was really cool is like how you can in the battle you can do like the charge up stuff.
Yeah.
Like you can charge it up to like 3 or 4 times. Well, you do that with the spells, and every time you do it, the spells will get bigger and bigger and bigger to the point where you're dealing like almost 1,000 damage to their weak points. But damn, I fucking love the battle system in this game so much. Though.
Yeah, that's
so
the
much
thing
fun.
that's getting to me. The battle system is like Bravely Default, but like they stripped out all the shitty stuff.
Oh, that's good. All right, glad to hear it. Never played the other one, but
yeah, don't play Bravely Default. It's really bad. I don't like the gameplay in it. The combat's garbage.
I've heard good things about it.
I don't know. Like, to me, it's like if Octopath Traveler, if you live in a world where Octopath Traveler exists and you just want a game with a good JRPG combat system, Octopath is infinitely better than Bravely Default.
Okay. Well, that answers that. No, but I'm still excited for the game. Like, I'll kind of lean back a little bit. I'm probably not going to pick it up. Well, I know I won't pick it up day one. So we'll just have to wait for reviews and see what happens.
I might pick it up day one, maybe, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
That demo, reverse hyped me.
Yikes. You guys want to spend a little bit of time talking about some news?
News!
Why do we even need jingles? We just got a Collin.
We do. Yeah, we have a Collin.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, so you guys hear about that shit ArenaNet did over the weekend? Well, I guess two former employees of ArenaNet did.
I just recently heard about it, but go ahead and
so the guys behind Guild Wars 2, if I'm correct.
Yep.
So one of their employees was kind of complaining about stuff on Twitter, and then the fans kind of tweeted back at her. And then she basically kind of started throwing a fit on Twitter and was like, and I quote, "The next rando asshat who attempts to explain the concept of branching dialogue to me as if, having worked on game narrative for a fucking decade, I've never heard of it, is getting insta-blocked." So a little bit mad, a little bit pissed.
Yeah, only just maybe the definition of butthurt, but...
Yeah, so that was Jessica Price. She tweeted all that out. And then Peter Fry's fellow developer kind of stood up for her and was kind of like, same. And then after that, ArenaNet kind of just, politely fired them.
It was over the 4th, and then they called him in like the morning of the 5th, not even 12 hours after that happened, and called him into the office and had the president of the company came in and had an HR person there. And Jessica, is that her name?
Yeah.
Jessica's manager was on vacation, so her manager wasn't there to even defend her or have her back. And there's like some other officer or something like that there. So there's 3 people in a room, and they basically fired her.
Yep.
They basically yelled at her and fired her.
And to Peter, too, because he stood up for her.
Yeah, because they said that the developers need to be friends with their players.
Yep.
Now, so let's not leave out the fact that the person that basically set what was her name again?
Jessica
Price. That's right. Basically, the tweet that set her off was a tweet by the YouTuber by the names of DeRoyce. DeRoyce, is that how you say that?
I think so.
DeRoyce, and he's apparently a YouTuber, gaming YouTuber. But it was something along the lines that the thread had to do with giving feedback about how to make the game better or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. And then he very polite, like there was absolutely nothing about the things he was saying that were even remotely offensive. Very, like, I would definitely say very, very constructive criticism, like very constructive. He was being very positive. But just
the fact that he was on her side?
Yeah. Like, he was like, yeah, so I feel like definitely, like, branching dialogue options could be a thing that, like, really helps out the game. Like, it could be a very positive thing to help the storytelling and things like that. Something along those lines. I'm paraphrasing. Mm-hmm. And then that's when she just, like, went off on him. She's like, well, the next person to explain to me what fucking branching dialogue is fucking asshat and blah, blah, blah.
Well, I don't think that it was, from what I've heard, by the way, this is all, like, secondary, like, knowledge, right? But I don't think she was...
same here.
I don't think she was, like, from the sound of it, she wasn't reacting. I mean, it did come after that guy's comment, but it was more a reaction of like 500 people were telling her the same thing, and that just happened to be the one that she responded to.
Yeah. I
don't
think
wasn't
it was
just that one guy saying one thing one time. It was like an accumulation of all these people.
Yeah, because I don't want to paint her as just all of a sudden she got set off just, randomly out of nowhere. Like she's
getting a bunch of randos. I mean, she meant it when she said if another random dude just says this.
Right. Well, yeah. And so obviously, like, we're taking this a little bit out of context, right? Because I mean, I personally didn't read every like tweet having to do with the thing. But the point being, she went out of her way and she called her, her customer and part of her fan base, like an asshat, just calling them names and things like that. And I mean, that at the very least definitely warrants discipline on the company's side of things. I don't know about I don't know if in that situation, obviously I don't know her personally. I don't know what her work life looked like, but firing her could have been the right thing. Apparently she had a history of saying things like that, or, you know, being very volatile, I guess is the word. I don't know, but I don't know. I don't know if the firing her was the right move, but I definitely deserved discipline after that. I mean, because like Jack, like if you talked about your job, you know, and you called one of your customers an asshat on the internet, I don't think it would bode well.
Well, the thing about it, though, is that there was never any policy in place. Like, there is a policy in place on my job. Like, I'm never going to do that, obviously, duh. But, like, there was never any kind of policy or any kind of discussions or anything like that with her and her job. And, like, they just basically, I think they just, like, maybe took it a little too far rather than like, all right, maybe a reprimand or maybe put her on like a performance improvement program or something like that, but just straight up fire her from 12 hours after the fact. It seems like they're bending to the will of like a butthurt, angry mob of people that are just like gang raging on her.
Okay, but true, but at the same time, I don't think you need a company policy that says don't be a shithead publicly on Twitter as long as you're affiliated with our company.
Well, I think she's been doing things like this and that, like she's been expressive in the past. And this is the one that got the attention. So what I'm saying is, all I'm saying is that, listen, I'm not defending what she did or said. Like, yeah, obviously I wouldn't have done that, but at the same time, it really makes her company look like a bunch of chicken shits to just like straight up fire her and that dude, like just point blank. Oh, coming to work after the holiday, you're fucking fired. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, that was a step, I think, just a little too far, like to take their fucking career from them. You know?
Yeah, I know. I agree. I think that might have been a little bit too far. Obviously, I don't know the whole situation, but it doesn't look good on ArenaNet's front either. Like, it just...
think about all the people that work there now. They're like, oh, fuck, I can't do like, I would be really fucking petrified that if I stepped out of line and if I break some rule that I don't even know, I mean, if I break some policy that, you know, has never been a thing before, like if enough people get mad at me on the internet, basically I'm going to lose my job. That'd be really terrifying.
I also don't agree with the people that are coming to ardently defend her, though. You know what I mean? Because she's had a track record of treating people like this in the past.
That's what I'm saying, but this is the one that got her fired. That's why I'm like, she's been doing this. You know, I'm not saying she's right, and she probably, you know, I don't know her, but I'm just saying they shouldn't have fired her.
No, maybe. I mean, she should have been disciplined in some way, shape, or form. I don't know if I would go as far as firing her. I don't know.
Or there should have been some discussion about it, not just like, oh, come to work the next day, you're fired because I saw the internet yesterday. You know what I mean? Like, or even if they did fire her, at least have some kind of like, what do you call it? Some arbitration or something.
Yeah, so where I stand on this is that, like, to me, this is just a quintessential example of, like, look, I love video games. I mostly love the culture around video games. But y'all need to stop getting fucking outraged for no reason. Like, video gaming, like, the online video game culture is like, what's the next outrage I can jump on and bandwagon and yell at?
Yeah, it's like it's the Offense Olympics. Yeah,
like, and like, I'm like, who gives a shit? Stop giving a shit. No one should give a shit.
Also, are people still playing Guild Wars 2, I guess?
I mean, no, actually, yeah, it's fairly popular. But I'm like, because so many people have given a shit about the stuff that doesn't matter, two people have lost their jobs. Granted, they're maybe not ideal employees necessarily, but like, I think gamers just take a chill pill, fucking play some Journey, you know, just relax for a little bit.
When you celebrate, like the mob took someone down and it's celebrated, it's very disturbing, man, because that same apparatus could be turned on you as well.
Exactly.
At the you know, at a moment's notice. So I'm just saying, it's a double-edged sword, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, it kind of reminds me of that episode of they actually satired this on Family Guy. They had this dude, you know, Peter works at a brewery and they're like, hey guys, welcome Zach. This is Zach, our new social media manager. And he comes in, he's like, what's up, bro? And he's sitting there like tapping on his phone. And Brad's like, what? Like, why is he calling us bro? He's like, shut up. What's your name? Brad, you guess what? Well, I just followed you on Twitter. Now you're fired. See ya, bro.
Nice.
I'm tweeting you, bro. You're trending, bro. Now you're fired, bro. That's what it was. And that's like, it's simplified, but it's kind of true in the day and age that we're living in. And it's just insane to me, man. Like the amount, like I'm it just kind of scares me. It's one of those things where, like, I don't know if it's really a vocal minority thing, if that's the case here, if it's a lot of, what's it called? A spiral of silence, that sort of thing. A lot of context collapse. I know I'm throwing out a lot of like kind of social sciencey terms, but it's just, I don't know. I kind of fear for the direction that's taking us. It's just turning everything so negative, and it sucks because like I just want to appreciate the work that all these devs are putting into their fucking games. You know what I mean? And just appreciate like the stuff that they're making and the content that content creators are making. And there's just so much negativity. I mean, especially with like the whole the Total Biscuit thing was a clusterfuck with everyone just like stomping on his grave. And yeah, it's been a mess.
You know, there's like I think a Forbes article. I forget which company published the article. There's an article out there that's calling TB one of the like holy leaders of the Gamergate movement. And I'm just like, come on, guys. Come on. Can you just stop? Like, Gamergate needs to stop. Gamergate was never a thing.
Listen, nobody even knows what Gamergate
around?
is anymore.
It shouldn't be around. People still fucking bring it up. It's so dumb. Anyway, in other better news, don't outrage, please. So Nintendo,
did you serve during Gamergate? Anyway,
no, I did not. Because that was stupid. Both sides were wrong. So Nintendo is aiming to have 20 to 30 indie titles on the Switch store per week.
This is just a splendid idea.
Did you mean Steam?
Yeah, hold on. Was that Gaben? Gaben, are you in Nintendo? I thought you were Valve.
Dude, there's already too much trash on Switch. Already. It's hard to sift
I downloaded a game for 59 cents the other day. I was like, the something or other saves music. It was bad. It was a really bad rhythm game.
Yeah, but don't worry. You get 20 more next week, and maybe one of those might be good, right? Shotgun.
Dude, I'm waiting to get the fucking Legend of Black Tiger on Switch. You guys remember that game?
No, I have no idea what that is.
Oh, just Google it. It's amazing.
Don't.
I'm gonna go with Robert here.
Okay, it's really bad. But yeah, like they revealed during a Q&A, like, yeah, we want 20 to 30 games a week. And it's like, dude, I don't know, man. I in one way I get where they're coming from, right? Because they're trying to build the Switch to be like this indie machine, right? An indie powerhouse. Like you buy it like
machine.
Like, sure, yeah, you can play it for your Marios and your Zeldas, but also, like, you can play all of your Hollow Knights, you know, and your Stardew Valleys.
Hollow Knight's crushing it on Switch, by the way.
Oh, it is. They sold like 1 million copies, I think. Well, no, they sold 1 million copies the day before it launched on Switch.
They're raffling a Switch at my work, too, by the way.
Nice. Are you in?
No, it's only for a different team.
Ah, losers.
Yeah.
Oh, what the hell?
I know, right?
Oh, just break in, like, become part of that team for, like, a week.
Trust me, I've thought about it.
Dude, just put your name into the Goblet of Fire.
Go ahead. I don't want to derail. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Did you put your name into the Goblet of Fire?
Right. So I get the reasoning behind why Nintendo's probably doing this, but at the same time, it's like Nintendo. Like, I remember when they launched the eStore for the Switch, they were like, "Yeah, we're all about curating the best content," and now this sounds like the exact opposite.
Yup.
I don't know, dude. Listen, man, it's the reaction. They don't have shit coming out. What is coming out on Switch this year? Not Smash. I don't care about Smash.
They're apparently going to announce more shit. Like, Reggie's like, nah, dude, we're far from done announcing shit.
Yeah, Reggie said, like, get your buttholes ready. The second half of the year is going to be lit.
I don't know, dude. I mean, that might be reactionary as well because their stock kind of tanked after E3.
A little bit. But I mean, you got Octopath.
You can't I'm sorry, but, like, not everyone, including me, is not a fucking Smash fan. Like, 30 minutes of Smash patch notes are not going to fucking do it for everyone.
Dude, they were talking about the fucking trainer from Wii Fit has a new face. They actually took up E3 time for that shit.
I know. Don't remind me. Like, it's ridiculous. No wonder their fucking stock dropped. I'm sorry. It was just a bad business move.
Was the damnedest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was terrible. Like, it was a terrible choice on their part. Put that shit in the treehouse. That's all. Anyway, getting off topic. But yeah, 20 to 30 indie games on the Switch every fucking week, though, dude.
No.
It's way too much.
We need to be a dead horse. It's a mistake. We all know this.
I mean, I love playing on games on my Switch, but there's got to be some level of like quality there. You know, I mean,
what happened? They invented the seal of quality. This is
that's
like what they were
the
trying
Nintendo
to
seal of
safeguard
quality.
against.
You telling me that every fucking one of those games on the eShop, even right now, has the fucking Nintendo seal of quality? You are full of shit.
It doesn't exist anymore, dude. But that's why.
Guys, do you know the game Neko Para?
No.
Okay, it's this really shitty, like hentai game basically, where you get to fuck cat girls who are also your maids in your bakery shop.
What the fuck, Robert?
It's coming to Switch.
No way, dude. They're putting hentai games on Switch.
Nintendo seal of approval, Nekopara.
What? Why? What could possibly come of this?
Could you imagine? Okay, picture this. You guys get on an airplane. All right,
I
get on an
know.
airplane.
Some neckbeard with his
You
fedora
fucking
on.
sit down in the fucking in your fucking seating row, and this motherfucker sits down next to you, whips out a Switch,
And his
dons his
dick.
fedora. He's got his fingerless leather gloves on.
It's like, sorry, could you hold my katana for a second?
I need to get my Switch out, please.
Yeah, he fucking pulls out a Switch and probably pulls out his dick underneath that trench coat he's wearing.
There you go. There it is.
And fucking is playing Nekopara on his fucking flip down like laptop table. Fuck.
You know someone, dude. If it's on Switch, you know someone's playing on an airplane. You fucking know it. Just statistically, it's impossible.
And it's gonna be really awkward because he forgets to like turn the volume down, and he's like,
And you get to hear all those cat
You ever
girls.
see that video? You ever see that video on YouTube of that Asian kid, like his headphones die or something like that, like his Bluetooth headphones, or he gets pulled out, and then in a crowded lecture hall in college, like hundreds of people in there, and just you hear like this crazy moaning from the video he's watching, and then he looks around, slams his laptop down, and runs out of the room. It's
Nice.
incredible.
you guys tell me you never walked into class and forgot to close the porn on your laptop?
Dude, I swear to you, dude, in all my years, I've never done that.
So, I had this thought over the weekend, guys. How cool would Metal Gear Rising be on the Switch?
Oh my
Will
God,
you bring
please.
this up again?
Yeah, no, I'm serious though. Like, think about how cool that'd be. Blade time. One Joy-Con, you just swing your sword.
I'm really
into it.
surprised they never re-released that game.
Yeah, that game's good.
They probably will. I mean, with all the re-releases of all the Metal Gears, right? Like, I'd like to see. I want to see Metal Gear Solid 5.
I want to see Metal Gear
Switch.
Solid 4 re-released.
Nah, 4 is the worst one.
I don't know. 4 was fun.
4 is not the best Metal Gear. 3 is one of the best ever made.
Oh, for sure.
I don't know.
I'm still
4,
playing 2.
if I have to rank them, 4 might be the low part for me.
Yeah, I mean, gameplay-wise, I don't think it's the best. I think I'd play it over the first game now, though.
What about like Metal Gear Portable Ops?
Hold
Or,
on
like,
a second. You'd rather
Metal
play
Gear
Metal
Acid.
Gear Solid 4 than Metal Gear Solid fucking Shadow Moses?
I would play the Twin Snakes remake. I don't know if I could stomach the original PlayStation, though.
Oh, man.
Dude,
It's
trust
like,
me, it's good. I played
dude,
it.
that's like the Super Mario Brothers of like spy games, basically.
Yeah.
It's
Dude,
like
the original's so good. Like
the
the
first
graphics
intro
are-
is like as iconic to me as like World 1-1 from Super Mario Brothers on NES. It really
same.
is.
Yeah,
It
guys,
really is.
I played all the Metal Gear Solid games except for 5, all the way to completion, like 10 times.
You haven't beat 5.
Yo, what the fuck is up, Snake?
You haven't beat 5. How far did you get in 5?
I think I got to the halfway point, to the point where the
Damn.
game kind of like restarts and you run through all the missions again.
I haven't beat it. Wait, what? That sucks. I haven't beat it yet. I need to beat it.
I have it. I haven't played it yet.
I bought it on sale on PlayStation, so I have it on PS
It was
Pro now.
it was free on PS Plus.
I bought it.
All right. I kind of want to hit you guys with a couple release date updates real quick before we wrap up the news section. So, Monster Hunter World's coming to PC August 9th.
Yes.
And
I'm excited.
Darksiders 3 is coming out November 27.
Ooh, that's a good game.
And then
Multi-plat, I bet.
and then Code Vein got delayed to 2019 after a September 28 release date.
Anime Souls.
to that.
I don't know. To me, it combines the anime trash that I love so much with Dark Souls. So,
Yeah, I'm into it.
same.
Okay. Well,
don't know.
2019 is going to be pretty lit, I think.
Oh, it's gonna be a great year.
2019 is going to be too much, man.
I still am not. You guys keep talking about all these great games coming out this year. I still don't really know what they are. Besides Red Dead.
You
They're
know
all
what?
on our calendar, fam. Just go
You know
look.
what? Yeah, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna pull up the calendar right now, live on the internet,
Fine, do it.
on our show, and we're gonna go
Hey,
through
I'm
this.
ready to be wrong. I don't care. I just can't think of anything. I'm not excited for anything besides Red Dead 2.
Okay, so Monster Hunter World for PC,
Okay.
Walking Dead final season in August,
No.
Yakuza Kiwami 2,
No, I don't care.
Dragon Quest 11, Spider-Man,
That might not be bad. Spider-Man's a big deal.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider,
Nope. Don't care.
Spyro,
Don't care.
Life is Strange 2 Episode 1.
Don't really care.
How dare you?
I don't really care.
You don't have a heart.
Okay.
Yeah, Forza Horizon 4, Mega Man 11.
Don't really care. No.
You don't care about Mega Man 11?
No.
Yeah, I'm excited. That game looks really good.
Nah.
Assassin's Crap Odyssey.
No, I definitely don't care.
Call of Duty Black Ops 4, Battlefield 5.
Curious about Call of Duty.
The new Starlink game featuring Star Fox on Switch.
Not really killer app, I would say.
Yeah, and then Red Dead 2, of course.
Okay, that's 4 games I care about.
Hitman 2, Fallout 76, Pokemon Let's Go all in 1 week.
Pokemon, maybe.
Man, I don't know. Those are some big names. Darksiders 3.
I'm kind of excited for that, yeah.
And then Just Cause 4 and Smash.
Just Cause 4 could be good, but we said that about 3. We'll see. Now, and then Smash, is that it? Is that the end of the calendar?
For now, yeah.
Okay. See, I'm just saying, that's like next March. You know what I mean? If you look at all the games come out in 2019. It's ridiculous.
I don't know. I'll be playing so much Kingdom Hearts in February. So
same. But like to me, that's at least 1 game a month I'm looking forward to, if not more.
All right. I'm not saying like there's no games coming out. I'm just saying compared to 2019. 2019 is heavy fucking loaded. All right. Are we moving on to the next section?
Yeah, I mean, there's a ton more news that I have curated, but fuck it, we don't have time. So let's shuffle over to the end of our show here and close out with our question of the week.
All right, guys, we'll make this quick. It's a would you rather. I don't think we've done one of these in a while. So I just thought of this before the show. Gentlemen, would you rather have your entire body waxed, head to toe, soup to nuts, waxed off, or go blind for a week? Discuss.
Does that include my head hair?
Every inch of your body is waxed with the kind that hurts. Waxing your beard would suck.
I think I'd go with blindness.
Yeah, that's what I was leaning toward.
Dude, that would be a personal hell. You ever seen the one video by Metallica? That'd be really fucked up, man.
Well, that's like you lose all your limbs, all your senses aside, and you're just left with nothing but your thoughts.
Darkness imprisoning me.
Essentially, yeah. But I think I could live with a week of blindness because, one, I know it's temporary.
Really?
So, like, I could just call into work and be like, hey, I'm going to be blind for a week. Like, it's a bar bet. I'm sorry. I'm going to be blind for a week.
It's a bar bet.
Dude, I don't know. That seems very hellish to me. And long. Well, I think a week blind is going to feel so much longer than you guys realize.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
yeah, it would feel crazy.
Like a month.
But, like, at the same time, though, I would kind of lean towards that because, like, I feel like it would be a fucking crazy experience. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things where, like, experiencing life debilitated like that.
What would you do?
Week.
You couldn't drive. You couldn't cook food.
I know. It would
podcasts.
Just finding out how, you know.
What if you lose your phone?
Podcasts.
Maybe I should say this: a week blind alone.
Alone. That changes it. I'd still go with it.
Because if you lose your phone,
that'd be a little bit too brutal.
Yeah,
that'd be a little bit too brutal.
Yeah, you could die just trying to plug in your phone. Stick a finger in the outlet, you're dead.
Yeah, but like waxing everything, like you would be a hairless freak for your face. Like I'm talking eyebrows and
eyelashes,
head hair.
Eyelashes.
Everything.
All of it.
Oh, your eyeballs. Would those get waxed? Fuck. No.
No. Your eyelashes would. Not your eyeballs. There's no hair on your eyeballs.
You don't know that.
I'm pretty fucking sure, Robert. But your eyelashes would get waxed, and that would suck all into of itself.
God damn, dude, it would suck to your gooch waxed. Fuck.
People do it every day. I'll bet you people are doing it right as we speak. Gooches are waxed.
As they're listening to Tiny Disc Podcast, you're getting your taint waxed.
Grundles are rendered hairless. I can't talk.
Dude, it'd be weird. I don't even know. Like, I feel like Patrick Starr or something.
Could I get knocked out before the waxing?
No.
Can I ask them to just like punch me real hard?
You can have a cup of coffee. That's all you're allowed to have.
Can I have a cup of coffee with like 20 roofies in it?
No roofies.
Mixing all them up, that upper with that some of them downers.
But still, though, let's get past the pain of being waxed. Like to your point, Robert, you have to walk around as a fucking freak for like months, not just 1 week, but like months. You're gonna be ashamed to like go out in public. You're ashamed to look yourself in the mirror.
You'd be.
I'd be like, everyone would be like, do you have cancer?
Everyone would be like,
are you
so
going
sorry.
through fucking chemo right
Yeah,
now?
they'd be like, I'm so sorry. Like, what? I just don't want to be blind for a week.
Yeah, I don't want to be blind for that, dude. I don't know. If I got waxed, dude, I'd be like fucking Steve Carell in 40-Year-Old Virgin.
I know you would. And Collin, you'd have to get the top of your feet waxed, bro. We know how that goes.
Rip.
Bro, I already shaved them.
Well, no, they're gonna be waxed. It's gonna hurt because you seem to have some thick
Waxing
Yo, where
is
where would be the most painful to get waxed though?
Your taint.
Are you serious? No, the scrot easily, guys. Come on. It's not
No,
scrot.
your
I don't
asshole. Your asshole. Like
That or,
actually up into your asshole.
Dude, people do that.
Yeah,
That's like a bikini wax or something.
And that's probably gonna fucking hurt.
I wouldn't.
I don't know,
do
dude.
it.
A fucking nipple hair would hurt.
You know what? I think that would be. It would not be great, but I think it'd be tolerable.
I think eyebrow would hurt more than you think.
Yeah, I think the eyebrow would suck.
Cause like how many times have you gotten like a bump on your eyebrow or get cut on your eyebrow?
But where your hair's the thickest is your head. That'd probably be the fucking shitty to the shitty.
Oh, dude, no. If they're not waxing my hair, the top of my head the way it is now, they're gonna shave it first.
But still, it's gonna suck.
Well, yeah,
it's probably gonna bleed because the hair is so thick there and so dense. It's probably gonna like rip your skin up. Ugh. I don't want to think about it anymore.
Think about that.
But anyways, yeah, you end up like the dude in fucking Event Horizon. But anyways, I don't know, guys. Did you pick? Did you select? It's hard.
I'm going a week blind, bro. Here's the thing,
That's
though.
fucking a week blind alone.
No, I ain't fucking going alone.
Yeah, that's the rules. Them's the breaks.
Wait. I fucking have to go alone. No, that's just pure misery. You can't even live.
That'd be real. I mean, you would be in danger of potentially starving to death. And then what if you eat something poisonous? You're just dead. What if you eat the Brillo pads in the bottom of the sink?
I would do it.
You think they're Triscuits?
I think your tongue would know before your throat would.
Oh, man. I mean, there's only one way to find out. No, just kidding.
Yeah, then maybe that's how this whole Tide Pod thing started.
Tide Pods. Yeah,
someone's like, I don't want to get waxed. Okay.
Yeah, fucking eat Tide Pods.
I think I'm picking... I think I have to pick getting my whole body waxed because being blind alone seems like I would want to die before the week was over.
Yeah, so I would do it with help. I would go blind if I had help, but alone, no way. I would go with waxing.
Not alone. There's no way. I'd pick waxing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm in the same boat.
There it is.
All right.
I think that was pretty good. Would you rather if I don't toot my own horn myself?
All right. Let's wax on, wax off, and let's finish up this show.
Nice.
So, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, feedback, anything you wanna tell us live on this pre-recorded for right now show. Oh yeah, hey, we're not Twitch streaming for a little while because Collin and I are gonna be in transition. So there's that.
They're transitioning to their actual gender. No, just kidding.
Same, yeah.
Next time you hear us live, we will be live from motherfucking Seattle, the Pacific Northwest, my friends.
The Northwest. So you can email anything to us at tinydiscpodcast@gmail.com. You can also follow us on all of our social medias, which you can find the links to at tinydisc.com. That's also where you can find all of our previous episodes if you want to peruse them. If you want to leave us an iTunes review, that'd help us out a lot. It'd mean way more than you know. It'd like be the best thing ever. But if not, hey, you know what? Tell a friend. That's all we want. Just grassroots. You know, turn to your right, tell your friend, or you know what? Post about the show on Reddit on an outrage post, like in our games, and just start raging about how good our show is. Like we're so good, it makes you angry.
Petition for our careers to be over.
Yep.
Fucking loot boxes, blah blah blah. Hey guys, you check out the Tiny Disc podcast.
Yeah, they have loot boxes in their podcast, man. It's fucking weird.
It's a loot box free podcast.
Where can we find you guys online?
You can find me at @booboo__55 on Twitter, aka Collin and Mono. Also, if I ever do get waxed, I'm definitely working that into my Eustace Banks cosplay from Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Hey.
I am at Mr._Cepeda on Instagram and follow me there. And one last thing, shout out to no shit though, like shout out to Robert for doing the show with freaking pneumonia. Let the show go on. That's
Same.
pretty cool.
You could find me selling loot boxes for our show on the corner of your street or on Twitter at Pinoptimist, PINOPTIMIST. Thank you so much for listening to the Tiny Disc Pneumonia Cast, and we'll see you next Thursday.
Say his name 3 times in the mirror and a loot box appears.